Welcome to the CBSE Grade 8 Arts 3-mark question series. Today, we're diving into Vāchika Abhinaya, which is basically speech and performance. It's a hugely important concept from the theater section of your syllabus. Understanding this isn't just going to help you ace your exam questions, it actually shows you how actors use their voice and expression to communicate emotions and literally bring stories to life. As we go through this explainer, I want you to pay special attention to a few key things: the meaning of Vāchika Abhinaya, the role of speech, and the core tools like pronunciation, tone, volume, pitch, and speed. By the end, you're going to be able to confidently answer this exact 3-mark question: what is Vāchika Abhinaya and why is it important in theater performance? To kick things off, I want you to close your eyes for a second. Imagine a completely silent theater. A performer steps onto the stage and speaks just a single line. Within moments, the entire audience feels joy, fear, excitement, or profound sadness. How on earth can speech alone create such magic? Well, let's find out.
Take a really simple 4-word phrase, "The king has returned." Listen closely to how I perform this. First, imagine a grand, joyful celebration. The king has returned. Now, picture a terrified guard delivering a warning. The king has returned. And finally, imagine a loyal subject weeping over a lost kingdom. The king has returned.
So the absolutely crucial point here is, did the words change, or did the way they were spoken change the meaning? The words on the page didn't change at all. What changed entirely was the delivery. The meaning, the emotion, the entire story shifted simply based on vocal expression. This is the incredible power of the human voice, and honestly, it's the foundation of our entire lesson today.
Here's a quick roadmap for today. We'll start by defining Vāchika Abhinaya, then break down the core elements of speech, look at creating characters, explore some practical life skills, and finish up with that targeted 3-mark exam revision. All right, let's jump right into Section 1, defining Vāchika Abhinaya, the art of vocal expression.
So in ancient Indian theater texts like the Natya Shastra, performance isn't just about how you move or what you wear. Speech is recognized as an immensely powerful tool for storytelling. The term Vāchika Abhinaya comes from 2 Sanskrit words. Vach means speech or voice, and Abhinaya means expression or communication. Put them together and you get the art of conveying emotions, ideas, and stories strictly through vocal expression. Without this, a performance would fall completely flat. It would kind of be like watching a visually stunning movie, but with the sound totally turned off. The dialogue, the tone, the rhythm, they're absolutely essential for connecting with an audience.
Moving on to Section 2, core elements of speech. Let's open up the performer's toolkit.
How exactly do actors mold their voices to create these amazing effects? Well, there are 5 essential tools here. First up is pronunciation. Think about it. If I mumble all my words together like this and you can't quite catch what I'm saying, the story is instantly lost. Crisp, clear pronunciation ensures the audience follows every single word. Second is tone. This is the emotional quality. Is it a cheerful tone, a gentle tone, an angry tone? Third is volume, the loudness or softness. Fourth is pitch, meaning how high or low the voice actually sounds. And fifth is speed, the fast or slow pacing of the words.
Let's look closer at volume. If I project my voice loudly, it commands the room. It expresses absolute confidence, explosive anger, or wild excitement. But if I pull my volume right back down to a whisper, it suddenly feels deeply sad, incredibly mysterious, or maybe even fearful. You see? Volume actively controls the entire mood of the room. The exact same rule goes for speed. If I speed up my narration really fast, it mimics panic, urgency, a sense that we are completely running out of time. But if I slow right down, it gives the words a deep sense of importance and reflection. The audience hangs on to every single syllable. A skilled performer uses both fast and slow speeds to perfectly maintain audience interest. Okay, Section 3, creating characters. Acting with your voice alone. What's really fascinating about creating characters is how your voice alone can conjure up an entire persona. You can literally paint a picture of a human being in the audience's mind, even if their eyes are squeezed shut. Let's act out a few of these archetypes together. A brave king has a deep, strong, and steady voice that absolutely demands respect. A frightened traveler, on the other hand, might have a shaky and uncertain voice, like they're constantly looking over their shoulder. An excited child is energetic, bright, and incredibly quick. And finally, a wise elder is calm, measured, and thoughtful.
taking their time with every single word. We instantly know exactly who these people are, purely from the sound of their voice.
And this brings us right to the concept of rehearsed reading. In a rehearsed reading setup, actors perform directly from scripts. There are minimal costumes and sometimes no sets at all. All the visual magic of a traditional play is completely stripped away. Because of this, Vāchika Abhinaya becomes the primary tool for storytelling. The audience is relying entirely on the character voices and the raw emotional delivery to imagine the world of the story.
Let's look at Section 4, Practice and Life Skills, Training Your Voice.
Now, you might be thinking, do actors just wake up with these incredible, expressive voices? Absolutely not. No way. Actors are not born with these voices. They train for them constantly. Here's a quick, actionable methodology you can use right now to train your own voice. Step 1, reading aloud. Taking stories or poems and reading them out loud massively improves your fluency. Step 2, tongue twisters. This hones your pronunciation and clarity. Step 3, voice and breathing exercises. These improve your breath control so you don't awkwardly run out of air mid-sentence. And Step 4, listening practice. Simply observing how people in everyday life actually express their emotions. Let's have a little fun with Step 2 right now. Tongue twisters physically force your mouth to practice precise pronunciation. Give them a try with me. She sells seashells by the seashore. Red lorry, yellow lorry. And the notoriously tricky unique New York, unique New York. Doing these simply warms up the muscles in your face and ensures you never mumble your lines.
And honestly, here is the best part. Vāchika Abhinaya isn't just for the theater stage. It applies directly to your real life. Think about when you're giving classroom presentations, participating in fiery school debates, answering questions clearly in front of the teacher, or just telling a really funny story to your friends. Mastering expressive speech builds massive confidence outside the theater. A person who speaks clearly and expressively simply communicates better in life. It's a game changer.
Finally, Section 5, Exam Revision. Let's make sure you ace that 3-mark question. Let's make absolutely sure you are ready for that question we talked about at the very beginning of the explainer. What is Vāchika Abhinaya and why is it important in theater performance? I want you to think about how you'd piece together everything we've covered today to answer this clearly and confidently.
If you want full marks, hit these 4 key points. First, give the definition. Mention the Sanskrit roots Vāk for speech and Abhinaya for expression. Second, state its importance. Explain that it communicates emotion and advances the story. Third, list the tools used. Mention that it relies on the 5 elements of pronunciation, tone, volume, pitch, and speed. And finally, the result. State that it creates believable characters and deeply engages the audience. Memorize these key phrases, and the examiners are going to give you all 3 marks guaranteed.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want you to remember this beautifully simple truth. Words are a bridge between the performer and the audience. Words are powerful for sure, but words spoken with emotion, clarity, and purpose, those are infinitely more powerful. Mastering Vāchika Abhinaya teaches us that speech is not just a way of talking, it's a way of expressing feelings, telling stories, and truly connecting with people. Whether you're on a stage, in a classroom, or just in everyday life, your voice can inspire, inform, and bring your ideas to life.
Which brings us to our final thought. If your voice is the only tool you have, what story will you choose to tell today? Your voice is incredibly powerful. Challenge yourself to use this newfound vocal power in your everyday life. Keep practicing, keep speaking up, and I will see you in the next explainer.